This is Randy Rosetta with HubCityPreps.com with the video edition of the Pirate Podcast, sponsored by Grease Monkey. I'm with Cale Kirk on my left and Michael Deaver, who had a pretty good, both of you guys had a pretty good week. The team had a pretty good week. Michael, you turned some heads.
Right.
I don't know that you needed to gain too much more notoriety, but had a pretty good night out there against Lucas Lovejoy.
Thank you.
Maybe breaking news here, you were just named the HubCityPreps.com LCP Boys Athlete of the Week. What was clicking so well for you and for the offense the other night? When I was kind of following that game along, I thought it was going to be a defensive struggle, which, Cale, there were some moments. But what got you guys going on offense so much?
It was a big game for us, and we knew that, the whole team knew that, and we were just ready, and we didn't come all this way just to, give up last minute. So, it's that second effort that we put in, and it took us a long way.
I was listening to your radio guys, and they talked about their Division I signee and you kind of swapping blows. Does that fire you up when you know there's another guy on the other side of the field that's kind of gained that kind of notoriety like you have?
Yeah, because I can see what my level's at, what he's doing, what I'm doing, and kind of just competing, taking our teams.
Well, you got to see him up close and personal when he was on the field on offense. Defense, people may look at that score and think the defense didn't play great, but sometimes the other team's going to make some plays and going to do some things. What did you guys do defensively to kind of give your offense a chance to gain the upper hand?
I would say we were more physical. We went out there and every play we sprinted the ball, hustled, did our jobs well. That's what we did to win, because if one person didn't do their job, it ended up in a big play. Someone didn't do their zone, pass up the middle. That's what we practiced all week, was what our specific jobs were for each different position. I think that's what we did well.
What it sounds like is you guys played some West Texas football, which a lot of teams in the Metroplex, maybe late in the season, they're kind of prepared for it. Early on, they may not have been. Did you kind of get the sense that you gained some respect by how you guys played both sides of the ball?
No doubt, yeah, no doubt. I think we went out there and made a name for ourselves.
What about you, Michael? Do you think that the folks out there maybe know who Lubbock Cooper is now?
I hope they do, but we ain't done yet, The job is not done yet. That was just a start, so we moving on. We getting better every day.
Talking to several of your teammates leading up to this had a kind of a playoff game feel to it going in. You guys know you're going to play teams like that when you get deep in the playoffs. How does that help your confidence, Michael, to go out and start the season against a team like that and get the win and come back and kind of start building on that?
How does it help us?
How does it kind of boost your confidence a little bit?
That we just beat a very good team, and it was our first game. That's kind of what boosts us. And
just step one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And we got the guys to do it now, and people knows that now, because before people were kind of like, we gonna see. We just did our stuff on that. Now it's like, okay, now we gotta push it more, push the wins more, and then we gonna see.
Well, and you guys have to turn the page here this week, and you're playing a team that you're not a secret to. You're playing Coronado. It's the HubCityPreps.com game of the week. Knowing that they know you, and they're coming off of a nice win as well. What do you guys have to do to, like I said, turn the page and be ready for Coronado? Because they're going to come out. They want to, now that you guys have kind of carved your spot, they want to kind of climb up there with you.
Just keep the intensity up, practice like we were for against Lovejoy. Every practice we push each other hard, focus, did our jobs well, and I think we should just keep the same mentality that we want to win every game the best that we can to make a name for ourselves and solidify our last one that we had, and make sure people know it wasn't just a fluke, that we're a solid team and we're going to keep doing that.
They had a big night offensively against Wichita Falls Legacy, which that was kind of their downfall last year. They had kind of coughed and sputtered. From when you've looked at on video, what catches your attention about their offense?
The running back, he runs really hard. He had like, what, 300 yards?
Close to it, yeah.
He had a heck of a game, so he's out there. We're going to watch him because he was out there running the ball really hard, and that's what really stood out to me.
And Michael, you know their guys on defense. Their defense has always been pretty spicy the last couple of years. Now, a couple of guys were missing the other day. They're going to get them back, but you know Alan Gant, who's a guy that you're pretty familiar with.
Yeah, their D-line and their corners, you know. They're some tough guys. They come in with the heat, so, you know, we're going to bring it to them. We're going to show them that there's levels to this. And we ain't coming just to show up and, oh, yeah, this, that. We playing.
Now, there was a lot of build-up to last week because it was Lucas Lovejoy, because it was somebody you guys had never seen before and all that, but you get back into a comfort zone now. Coronado, when I say comfort, I don't mean comforted in as in playing them, but you know who they are, they know who you are. How do you kind of get those juices flowing this week, Michael, knowing there's another team down the road that really likes to beat us if they can?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think. Have they beaten you since you've been at Lubbock Cooper?
No.
It's been a while. You guys have kind of had the upper hand. Same thing for you. How do you kind of mentally switch to knowing that now we have to face a team that does know us and wants to knock us off our pedestal a little bit?
Say just in practice, execute what we learn better. I'd say since they know what we're coming with, they know what we run, just perfect it and run it as good as we can. And also that high intensity sprint to the ball. It's what's going to win us the football game.
And that football game is Friday night right back out here on Woodrow Road when Coronado comes to town to take on Lubbock Cooper in the HubCityPreps.com game of the week, 7 p.m. Friday. This is Randy Rosetta. That's been the Pirate Podcast, sponsored by Grease Monkey.